What is up, everybody? JT Dangerously here once again, and I am here to do my official Week 1 NFL predictions. Yes, we are back once again for another year of NFL predictions on the channel, and the road to Super Bowl 55 begins now, so I am extremely excited to do my Week 1 NFL predictions for you guys this year. You guys already know the deal. I'll be making picks from Week 1 all the way up to Super Bowl 55, so sit back, relax, grab something to drink and eat, and grab your favorite NFL jersey, and I hope you guys do enjoy. Now, this is the first video in a combined 2 video day on our channel today, guys, and these are the final 2 videos in the month of August. So I hope you guys will be able to watch this video and all the videos that I put up on the channel. It is this summer of Dangerously, so show your support as always, guys, by watching these videos, super kicking those like buttons, hitting that notification bell, and commenting your picks, your opinions, and representing your NFL teams in the comment sections down below. Now, if this is your first time watching my channel today, guys, as a first-time viewer, and this is your first video, boy, pick the good one if you're a huge fan of the NFL like myself, and you're ready for Week 1 of the NFL season. Welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I'm JT Dangerously. Welcome to the club, because this club is... just 2. Whoop, whoop. Again, thank you guys so very much. Now, other than that, let's get right into my Week 1 NFL predictions. Let's start off with the first game of the regular season on Thursday Night Football, and it is a rematch of last year's AFC Divisional Round matchup between the Houston Texans, heading to Arrowhead to face the reigning Super Bowl champs, the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, the Houston Texans are coming off a very good year last year. They went 10-6. They made the playoffs, but fell short in that AFC Divisional Round last year to these same Kansas City Chiefs. So the Texans are looking to start the season off with a big victory on the road. Now, the Texans are coming off trading DeAndre Hopkins to the Arizona Cardinals, and a lot of Texans fans were thinking, what is Bill O'Brien smoking? And a lot of people want Bill O'Brien out of Houston. So this is going to be a very interesting year for the Texans, because if they don't make the playoffs this year, Bill O'Brien is going to be on his way out. There inside, you have the Kansas City Chiefs coming off their amazing year last year. They finished at 12-4. They made it all the way to Super Bowl 54 and came from behind in the fourth quarter to win their second Super Bowl championship over the San Francisco 49ers. And this Chiefs team is the top team in the AFC right now, and they're looking to start the season off with a big home victory. Now, you got players like Patrick Mahomes, who broke the Madden curse from last year because he was the cover boy last year, and he went on to win the Super Bowl, win the MVP. It also gave Andy Reid his first Super Bowl championship after countless at the finish line, but never passed it. And this Kansas City Chiefs team is still a dangerous threat in the AFC. So coming from me, in the first game of the 2020 NFL season on Thursday Night Football, oh man, this one's going to be good. Deshaun Watson versus Patrick Mahomes. You cannot say anything other than that's going to be a banger. But coming from me, I am going to go with the reigning Super Bowl champs, the Kansas City Chiefs, to get it done at home and defeat the Houston Texans on Thursday Night Football. And now the Sunday slate. Finally, football is back on Sundays, which starts at 10 a.m. here on the West Coast, 1 p.m. on the East Coast. Starting off with the first matchup, it is the Battle of the Birds between my Seattle Seahawks heading to the Georgia Dome to face the Dirty Birds, the Atlanta Falcons. Now, my Seahawks are coming off a very good year last year. We went 11-5. We made it to the playoffs, but we fell short in the NFC Divisional Round against the Green Bay Packers. But that Seahawks team, a lot of people didn't see us making the playoffs, and we once again proved them wrong on the back of Russell Wilson, who had an amazing year last year, even without all of their weapons at the running back position. We even brought back beast mode at the end of the season. But this Seahawks team is looking good. I mean, Russell Wilson could have another monster year this year. The running game is going to be back where it was before all the injuries. The DK Metcalf in his second year with the Seahawks could have a big year receiving. The defense is getting better, and with the addition of Jamal Adams, which we traded a couple draft picks to the New York Jets, the defense for the Seahawks is definitely back, and they're looking to start the season off with a big road victory. The other side, you have the Atlanta Falcons coming off their 7-9 season last year, and they're looking to just start off the season with a big victory. So coming from me in this Battle of the Birds showdown, ooh, man, this one could be really good. But coming from me, I am going to go with Russell Wilson, Pete Carroll, DK Metcalf, and my Seattle Seahawks to get it done on the road and defeat the Atlanta Falcons. And now the next matchup. It is an NFC East rivalry showdown between the Philadelphia Eagles heading to Landover to face the Washington Sports Team. Now the Eagles are coming off a very good year last year. They finished at 9-7. They won the NFC East but fell short on wildcard weekend to my Seattle Seahawks. And the Eagles coming into this season are going to have a big dilemma at quarterback because it's either going to be Carson Wentz or the quarterback that they picked up in the NFL draft this past year, the former Oklahoma Sooner, Jalen Hurts. And for me, I really want to see Jalen Hurts start for the Eagles. I mean, Carson Wentz had his opportunity, but he's injury prone. They got rid of Foles, and look where Foles is now. They signed Jalen Hurts. I watched him at Oklahoma last year. He was a stud. If the Eagles are smart, they will start Jalen Hurts in week 1 if they want to bring some more dynamic to the Eagles squad, and they're looking to get a big victory on the road against their hated rivals. There is the idea of the Washington Sports Team coming off their horrendous year last year at 3-13, and you talk about a team that's gone through the coals this offseason. I mean, they are no longer the Redskins. They discontinued the Redskins name, and they're coming in as the Washington Sports Team, almost like a default name until they find a new name for this team. And they have a new coach coming in with Ron Rivera. We do know that Alex Smith is going to be returning after tearing his ACL last year, and now we're going to have a quarterback competition with Dwayne Haskins Jr., who didn't have his best year in his freshman year there in Washington against Alex Smith, and a big-time veteran. So it's going to be a big question of who they're going to start in week 1. So coming from me in this NFC East rivalry showdown, I'm really hoping Dwayne Haskins starts week 1 because we could see Dwayne Haskins Jr. versus Jalen Hurts in this game. But coming from me, I am going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles to get it done on the road and defeat the Washington Sports Team. And now the next matchup. It is an AFC East rivalry showdown between the Miami Dolphins heading to Gillette to face my New England Patriots. Now the Miami Dolphins are coming off a very rough year last year. They went 5-11, but they did pick up a huge quarterback in the NFL draft, the former Crimson Tide and Oklahoma Sooner, Tua Tagovailoa. I can never say his last name, forgive me. But that is a big pickup for the Dolphins because after letting Ryan Tannehill go to Tennessee and look how successful he got, Tua is going to really have a tough time trying to get this team back. But a victory over the reigning AFC East champions would be a good start for his rookie career. There is how you have my New England Patriots coming off a very good year last year. We went 12-4. We won the AFC East for the upteenth time, but we fell in the wild card weekend against the upstart Tennessee Titans. And this Patriots team you're going to be seeing this year is very different. I mean, with the departures of Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I will have to say, best of luck, Tom and Gronk and Tampa Bay. I wish you all the best, and thank you for all of you what you've done in New England with our 6 Super Bowl championships. And the big question is who's going to be the quarterback for the Patriots? How do you replace the greatest of all time, Tom Brady? Well, they did pick up a good quarterback, which I watched at Auburn. He won the Heisman Trophy winner in Auburn, and that's Cam Newton. And if anyone can turn Cam Newton's career around, it is Bill Belichick. He is the master. He is the master of making stars. And Belichick is it's gonna be very interesting to see what Cam Newton can do with the Patriots this year. So coming from me in this AFC East rivalry showdown, Miami has always been my Patriots' biggest kryptonite, almost like Lex Luthor and Superman. They've always found a way to beat us in the last quarter or at the end of the game, and they've really been a bane of our existence. But coming from me, I am going to go with Cam and Bill Belichick and my New England Patriots to start the season off with a big home victory and defeat the Miami Dolphins in a really, really close one. And now the next matchup. It is an NFC North rivalry showdown between two teams that hate each other's guts. The Green Bay Packers heading to Minneapolis to face the Minnesota Vikings. Now the Green Bay Packers are coming off a very good year last year. They finished at 13-3. They won the NFC North, but fell short in the NFC Championship game against the San Francisco 49ers. Now, the Packers this year have a quarterback dilemma because, yes, you've got Aaron Rodgers, who is definitely the star of the Green Bay Packers, but they also drafted Jordan Love, who played at Utah State. And a lot of people are thinking that Jordan Love is going to be the man who's going to be quarterback in the Green Bay Packers, as with Aaron Rodgers being the backup. But it's going to be a very interesting quarterback competition between the Packers because Aaron Rodgers is the guy who brought Green Bay back from decades of having to be compared to what Brett Favre did for the Packers. And now he's made his team his own. But now you got a new young lion like Jordan Love, which a lot of people didn't expect the Packers to get another quarterback because Aaron Rodgers is so damn good. But this could be a very interesting year for the Green Bay Packers. And they're looking to start off the season with a big road victory against their hated rivals. They're inside. You have the Minnesota Vikings coming off their great year last year. They went 10-6, but they fell short in the NFC divisional round to the San Francisco 49ers. And you got to remember that Saints team beat that Vikings team beat the Saints in the wild card round last year. So do not count out the Vikings at all in the regular season or in the postseason. And Kirk Cousins is looking to turn it around by knocking off their hated rivals from Lambeau. So coming from me in this NFC North rivalry showdown between two teams that hate each other's guts, I am going to go with the discount double check of Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers to get it done on the road and defeat the Minnesota Vikings in a very, very close one. And now the next matchup. It is an AFC South rivalry showdown between the Indianapolis Colts heading to Jacksonville to face the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now the Indianapolis Colts are coming off a very rough year last year. They went 7-9, and really they were already having a rough year after Andrew Luck just shockingly retired before the season even started, and they had to start Jacoby Brissett. But this Indianapolis Colts team had to get a quarterback, and they got a big one in Phillip Rivers, which they got from the Los Angeles Chargers. So this is going to be Phillip Rivers' first year with another team. So we're going to see if the Colts can get better with Phillip Rivers instead of Andrew Luck. There is idea of the Jacksonville Jaguars coming off their rough year last year at 6-10. The only thing good about the Jacksonville Jaguars is that AEW wrestles at Daly's place. That's maybe the only good thing about the Jacksonville Jaguars and Mr. Tony Khan. But this team is looking to get back on the winning track. I mean, this team was in the AFC Championship over a couple years ago, and what a decline they went through after that season. And we're going to see it's either going to be Gardner Minshew III with his mustache, or they're going to go with another quarterback in Nick Foles. So coming from me in this AFC South rivalry showdown, I'm going to go with Phillip Rivers and the Indianapolis Colts to get a big road victory here and defeat the Jacksonville Jaguars. And now the next matchup. It is another NFC North rivalry showdown between the Chicago Bears heading to Ford Field to face the Detroit Lions. Now the Chicago Bears are coming off a very good 8-8 record last year, but did not make the playoffs. And the Bears are looking to start the season off with a big road victory against our hated rivals in Detroit. Now, when you got Mitchell Trubisky, you got Khalil Mack, this Bears team is getting better and better, but they still haven't got over that hump of getting to the playoffs and having a successful run. We all know what happened a couple years ago with that missed field goal by their Chicago kicker that cost them against the Eagles. And since then, they're just stuck at that 8-8 position almost year after year after year. So this is the year they definitely got to get over that hump. Their side, you have the Detroit Lions coming off a very horrible year. They went 3-12-1 last year, and it's kind of been the story of the Detroit Lions. They're always in last place or have the worst record, and they're looking to start the season off with a home victory. So coming from me in this NFC North rivalry showdown between two hated rivals, I'm going to go with Mitchell Trubisky, Khalil Mack, and the Bears to defeat the Detroit Lions. And now the next matchup. It is an AFC North rivalry showdown between the Cleveland Browns heading to Baltimore to face the Baltimore Ravens. Now the Cleveland Browns are coming off a 6-10 season last year in Baker Mayfield's first, I think, his third or fourth year there, and Odell Beckham Jr.'s first year in Cleveland. And this season's Browns could definitely be a big threat in the AFC North. I can see them definitely making the playoffs this year, even though I thought they were going to make the playoffs last year, and I was very wrong on that. But I think Cleveland can turn it around this year, but they're looking to knock off the reigning AFC North champions on the road. Their side, you have the Baltimore Ravens coming off their amazing year last year. They went 14-2. They made it to the playoffs, but fell short in the wild card week. They lost in the... They lost in the AFC divisional round to the shocking Tennessee Titans. But this Baltimore Ravens team is something else. And with their MVP quarterback, Lamar Jackson, who is the Madden 21 cover boy, he's looking to continue the success of Madden cover boys after Patrick Mahomes won the Super Bowl. And we're going to see if Lamar Jackson can do what Mahomes did last year and finally get a Baltimore another Super Bowl championship. So, coming from me in this AFC North rivalry showdown, Lamar versus Baker. This one's going to be good. But coming from me, I'm going to go with the last year's MVP and Madden 21 cover boy, Lamar Jackson, and the Baltimore Ravens to get it done at home and defeat the Cleveland Browns in a blowout. And now the next matchup. It is an AFC East rivalry showdown between the two baddest teams in our division, the New York Jets, heading to Orchard Park to face the Buffalo Bills. Now, the New York Jets are coming off a 7-9 season last year. What else is new with the Jets? They always have either a losing record or a above 500 record, but they're looking to start the season off on a good note by getting a big victory on the road. And this is Sam Darnold and Le'Veon Bell's looking to have a much better season than they did last year, but that's a stretch. There is idea the Buffalo Bills coming off a very good year last year. They went 10-6. They won the wild card, but they fell short in the division on wild card weekend to the Houston Texans. But Buffalo is getting better each and every season. They've made the playoffs the last 2 years. Josh Allen is looking to have a big year, and for me, Buffalo is a big threat to my New England Patriots in the AFC East, and they're looking to start the season off with a big home victory. So coming from me in this AFC East rivalry showdown to see who will be either second in the AFC East or last. Oh man, Sam Darnold versus Josh Allen. This one could be good, but when it comes to the Jets, that's not saying a lot. So coming from me, I am going to go with Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills to get it done at home and defeat the New York Jets. And now the next matchup. It is the Las Vegas Raiders heading to Charlotte to face the Carolina Panthers. Now the Las Vegas Raiders are coming off their last year in Oakland, finishing at 7-9, and now the Oakland Raiders are no longer existing. Now they are the Las Vegas Raiders, and Chucky is looking to bring a championship back to Las Vegas. And with the success of the Vegas Golden Knights in the NHL, the Vegas Raiders could be a scary team in the AFC West, playing in that amazing new stadium, which I'm calling the Death Star. And they're looking to start the season off with a big road victory. There is idea the Carolina Panthers coming off a very rough year last year. They went 5-11. Cam Newton's gone. He went to the Patriots. Ron Rivera left to go to play for the Redskins. And really, they're in rebuild mode. And they did pick up a good quarterback in Teddy Bridgewater. And hopefully, he will start and maybe bring Carolina back to their glory years back when they made it to the Super Bowl against the Broncos. So, coming from me, in this matchup, I'm going to go, oh man, this one's tough. I am going to go with the Las Vegas Raiders to start the season off with their first victory on the road and defeat the Carolina Panthers. And now the next matchup. It is the Los Angeles Chargers heading to Cincinnati to face the Cincinnati Bengals. Now the Chargers are coming off a very rough 5-11 season last year, and with the departure of Phillip Rivers to Indianapolis, the Chargers needed a quarterback, and they picked up a big one in the NFL draft this year in the former Oregon Duck Justin Herbert. And for me, Justin Herbert is going to be a star in Los Angeles. I think what he did in the Pac-12 last year with the Ducks, nearly having an amazing year. Justin Herbert is going to be a good addition to this Charger squad when you got some great players like Hunter Henry and that running back of theirs. The Chargers are looking to start the season off with a big victory on the road. There is idea of the Cincinnati Bengals coming off the worst year last year, going 2-14, but they did get the #1 pick in the NFL draft, which was the man who got LSU their second national championship, and his name is Joe Burrow. And for me, I think this was a no-brainer for the Bengals. Joe Burrow was the best player in college football last year. He did help LSU win the national championship last year, and it kind of makes sense. He played for the LSU Tigers. Now he's playing for the Cincinnati Bengals. So the mascot doesn't change. And the Cincinnati Bengals are looking for the future in Joe Burrow, and they're looking to get a big win at home. So coming from me in this matchup, this one's going to be really good. Justin Herbert versus Joe Burrow, two fantastic quarterbacks who played for two fantastic colleges. So this one's going to be really good, and hopefully they both will start. But coming from me, I may get this one wrong, but I am going to go with Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers to get a big win on the road and defeat Joe Burrow's Cincinnati Bengals in a close one. And now the big matchup in Week 1. It is a huge NFC South rivalry showdown between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading to the Superdome to face the New Orleans Saints. Now the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming off a very rough 7-9 season last year, but this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team this year, holy shit, folks. This could be the team that could be the big threat in the NFC South. I mean, with the additions of Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. I mean, they went from getting rid of Jameis Winston, by getting Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. You talk about going from 0 to 100 real quick, and you talk about that stacked roster. I mean, you got Brady, you got Mike Evans, you got Rob Gronkowski. This could be a huge year for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I just got to say, as a Patriots fan, I wish Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski the best of luck in the NFC, because it ain't going to be easy trying to get the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to be a amazing team like they were back in 2002 with Warren Sapp and Rich and Jeff Garcia. There is the idea of the New Orleans Saints coming off an amazing regular season. Once again, they went 13-3. They won the NFC South, but once again choked in the wild card weekend matchup against the Minnesota Vikings. And once again, they seem like they are the Houston Rockets of the NBA. They have an amazing regular season, but when they get to the playoffs, they find a way to choke. And this Saints team is looking to once again have a monster year in the NFC South, and they're looking to end their postseason woes, but they're looking to get a big win at home. So coming from me in the marquee matchup in Week 1 in the NFC South, it's Brady versus Breeze. So you know it's going to be a banger. But coming from me, even though he doesn't play for my Patriots anymore, it's going to be really hard for me to pick against Tom Brady when he's playing for another team. So coming from me, I may get this one wrong, but I'm showing support to the greatest of all time, Tom Brady. So I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to pull off the upset on the road and defeat the New Orleans Saints in an offensive shootout. And now the next matchup. It is an NFC West rivalry showdown between the Arizona Cardinals heading to Santa Clara to face the reigning NFC champions, the San Francisco 49ers. Now the Arizona Cardinals are coming off a very rough year last year at 5-10, and this Cardinals team is looking really good. I mean, with the new addition in head coaching to the former Texas Tech head coach, the handsome one Cliff Kingsbury, and the addition of DeAndre Hopkins to that stacked wide receiver core with Larry Fitzgerald, which he is going to play another season this year, and with Kyler Murray in his second year in the NFL after winning the Offensive Rookie of the Year, this Cardinals team is looking to be a big threat once again in the NFC West by knocking off the 49ers on the road. There is the idea of the San Francisco 49ers coming off an amazing year last year. I mean, they went 13-3. They made it all the way to Super Bowl 54, but they could not get it done in the fourth quarter, and that cost them the Super Bowl championship for the first time in a long time. And this 49ers team is still good. I mean, Jimmy G Money's quarterbacking. Richard Sherman is still there. That amazing array of talent on the wide receivers and tight ends, George Kittle and so many others. But the 49ers are looking to get back to that position. They do not want to. They don't want to slide after having that amazing 13-3 season. It would be really weird to see the 49ers not make it back to the playoffs after that amazing run they did last year. But for me, the biggest threats to the 49ers this year are my Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. Rams could be a threat still, but it's going to be really hard. But so coming from me in this NFC West rivalry showdown, I am going to go with Jimmy G Money and the San Francisco 49ers to get it done at home and defeat the Arizona Cardinals. And now the next matchup on Sunday Night Football. It is an NFC showdown between the Dallas Cowboys heading to Los Angeles to face the Los Angeles Rams. Now the Dallas Cowboys are coming off another 8-8 season. What else is new with the Cowboys? They always seem to be 8-8 or above or below 500. And this Cowboys team is looking to start the season off with a big road victory. Now, the big story coming into this season, they did pick up CeeDee Lamb from Oklahoma in the NFL draft, which is a huge addition. Huge addition to that wide receiving core. I watched him at Oklahoma. He was fantastic. We're going to see if Dak Prescott is going to be an elite quarterback like he used to be back in the college football years. And honestly, we're going to see if the coaching staff can get it done this year, because Jason Garrett is still there. So if he doesn't have a great season this year, I'm still saying he's on his way out. They're inside of the Los Angeles Rams coming off their 9-7 season last year. They missed the playoffs. And they're also coming in with trading Todd Gurley, which was shocking. I didn't expect them to trade Todd Gurley to the Atlanta Falcons. But Jared Goff and the Rams are looking to start the season off with a big home victory. So coming from me in this huge NFC showdown on Sunday Night Football, this one's tough. Dak Prescott versus Jeff, what was his name? Playing for the Rams. Can't get it on the top of my head. But coming from me, I am going to go with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys to get a upset victory on the road and defeat the Los Angeles Rams on Sunday Night Football. And now the Monday night matchups. And you already know on week 1, it's a doubleheader on Monday night. Starting off with the first Monday night game, pitting the Pittsburgh Steelers, heading to Gotham to face the New York Giants. Now the Pittsburgh Steelers are coming off their 8-8 season last year. And for me, this is Mike Tomlin's last chance. Because if they don't make the playoffs this year, Mike Tomlin is gone. And hopefully Big Ben will be ready to go after not playing most of the regular season last year. They have to go with their backup quarterback. But this is a must-win season for the Steelers. They want to be a threat once again in the NFC North, with Baltimore being the top team. And a victory on the road here on Monday night would start off the Steelers season on a good note. There is idea of the New York Giants coming off their 4-12 season last year, and with the departure of Eli Manning, it is now the Daniel Jones show. And one of my good friends on YouTube, The Kill Switch, is a huge Giants fan. That one guy, 123, also a big Giants fan. This could be a big year for the Giants. Daniel Jones is the star. And with Saquon Barkley, who I think will have a monster year on the ground and in fantasy football, this Giants team is looking to turn last year's disaster into a fantastic year this year, and they're looking to get it done at home. So coming from me in this huge showdown on Monday Night Football, oh man, Big Ben versus Daniel Jones. This could be really good. James Conner versus Saquon Barkley. But I think Saquon Barkley will have more rushing yards in this game, and maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns. But coming from me, I'm going to go with an upset. I may get this one wrong, but hey, that's what the NFL predictions are all about, unpredictability. So coming from me, I am going to go with the Kill Switch's New York Giants to upset the Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday Night Football. And now the final Monday night game of Week 1, pitting the Tennessee Titans, heading to Mile High to face the Denver Broncos. Now the Tennessee Titans are coming off one hell of a run in the playoffs last year. This team made it all the way to the AFC Championship game after knocking out my New England Patriots on Wild Card Weekend, the Baltimore Ravens in the divisional round, and nobody saw Baltimore losing that game or New England losing that game. But the Tennessee Titans got it done, and they're looking to see if lightning can strike twice this year, because that team last year was amazing in the postseason with Ryan Tannehill almost rejuvenating his career in Tennessee. I mean, Derrick Henry had monster games in the postseason. I think he's going to have some he's going to have a big year this year in the regular season. And the Tennessee Titans are looking to start the season off with a big victory on the road. There is idea of the Denver Broncos coming off their 7-9 season last year. What else is new with the Broncos? They just seem to just decline, get better sometimes, but never find a way to win. And with Drew Lock with the quarterback, I don't know what Denver is really doing. Denver seems like they're going to be in last place again in the AFC West this year again, but they're looking to get a huge upset at home. So coming from me in this Monday Night Football showdown in the final game of Week 1, I got to go with Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry and the Tennessee Titans to get it done on the road and defeat the Denver Broncos on Monday Night Football. And those are my Week 1 NFL predictions. Now I want to thank you guys so very much for watching this video today. Comment below, who do you have winning in Week 1 of the NFL season? Do you see any big upsets happening? And let me know, who is the best team who's the team that you need to that people need to look out for in the AFC and the NFC, and who do you think will be the top seed in the AFC and the NFC? Let me know who you got, and as always, represent your NFL teams. Let's have a conversation about it. Of course, I'm always on to see your comment, like it, and of course, reply right back to you, because comments are absolutely always welcome on this channel. And I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching my Week 1 NFL predictions today on the channel. Now, before you guys go, as always, you guys can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share with your friends. Of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. Of course, you guys can never forget to do this as well. That subscribe button, become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. What are you waiting for? Super kick that subscribe button and become part of this dangerous alliance. And I will see you guys later today for my official AEW's All Out 2 2020 predictions. Moxley MGF, Cassidy Jericho 3, Mimosa Mayhem, and Thunder Rosa Hikaru Shida. Later days, guys. Stay safe and peace. The NFL is back.